So we're going to start over here at this raised bed, and it's doing fantastic. The beans are coming up in the back, and they're flowering, and these two Heinz tomato plants are doing good. They've got fruit all over them. Look at those tomatoes in there. And we've got cilantro and parsley everywhere that's volunteered. I love it because I use a ton of both. And then my rhubarb, this is actually ready to pick again. This is a second year it's been in the ground. And these tomato plants over here, I just picked all the tomatoes and made a salsa, a fresh garden salsa, pico. And a pepper plant there, it's flowering, this little pot. And that tomato plant back there has got tomatoes all over it. And I can't remember which kind it is, but anyway, so I'll give you a view of the herb barrel. All the sage has gone to seed, and it's got some green beans behind it too, as well as our berries over here. Oh yeah, my little one apple. Oh, and this is our new, one of our new additions to the property. We got 2 kennels set up here, a 10 by 10 for the puppies and for their playpen, and then a 10 by 15 for whoever needs to be confined for whatever reason. They don't stay, our dogs don't stay in the kennels every day, all day long, but there are times you have to confine them for whatever reason. So this raspberry is a golden raspberry, and they're delicious. In fact, I see a ripe one right down there. Anyway, I'll get that. I picked a few off of it yesterday, and that's a red raspberry and a blackberry and a gooseberry. Well, hi girls, how are you this morning? So morning routine is to go to the garden and pick and bring it to them. And so I picked some kale for them this morning, and then we've got lettuce that is bolted that I threw in there, just pulled it up, and they can scratch and eat and do all that all day long. There's their hanging feeder. That holds 11 pounds of feed, and keep it up off the ground so the mice stay out of it. And then this is my routine. I've already got, whoop, scare me. I already got 1 egg, and there's another one, although that's not the white ones. That's not a white egg, it's a light brown. She lays white eggs, the rest of them lay brown eggs. So that's 2 for today. Sorry I startled you. So I get in here, this is their nesting box, and whatever poo is in here, I get it out every day. And I put it in my little composter bin. And when it fills up, then I put it in the compost pile. So that's how I do it. All right, girls, you better have some more breakfast. So bye. This bed, I need to get in here and weed really good, but we've had so much rain that I can't keep up. So these raspberries, as you can see, they're doing fantastic. This is a squash plant of some kind. I think it is a spaghetti squash. I planted the seeds and they didn't come up until we had a heavy rain and it moved the seeds, and I'm guessing that's what it is, but we'll find out. It's going to be a surprise. So raspberries, you can see they've got berries on them all over, and they're flowering. So we'll get a nice crop of raspberries, hopefully enough to make some jam. So my straw bales, I probably will not do this again, or maybe I will do it and let these kind of decompose a little bit more this winter, but I just don't think that this is a terrific environment. As you can see, the plants are really small. They haven't really grown since I put them in there. And this one was planted at the same time, and it's beautiful. It's taller than the bale. Same with down here. And we've got cucumbers, and we got little baby cucumbers all over. And then my first time of ever growing okra. Look how beautiful the flowers are. I mean, they're gorgeous. So my routine is to fertilize once every couple of weeks with a slow release fertilizer and my little corn stalk. And then just, water consistently. Be consistent with how I water. And the tomato plants all get pruned. So Yeah, except for the determinate. The indeterminate are more like a vine, and they just to keep the air flow in there and light. So there's a sunflower in the corner. This is butternut squash. My cabbage are doing fantastic. Look. Oh, there's another good healthy tomato plant. Look at, I got a bed there and there. And this one, I think we have an earwig issue, so I'm going to get some earwig bait. And we've got blackberries, and believe it or not, in those raspberries there are some little marigolds. They're hidden now. All right, oh, another butternut squash. And so that's this one, this bed. And next year, all along this fence right there is going to be over here as well. This will look the same because of the raspberries that we planted, and all 10 of them came up. So last year I planted 10 across here, and it turned into 40. So here we go. Pretty excited. Look at, I'm getting a little cabbage head, red cabbage. Whoa, it's my favorite. Love it. And this one's forming a head, and all this kale is just, I don't think we could eat it all. So thankfully we have chickens. Look at that. It's beautiful. Beautiful cabbage. So this is going to be plenty for us. The front part, or what I see first. And we still have lettuce, leaf lettuce going, and that one isn't bitter yet. I don't remember what kind it is. Maybe Nevada lettuce. And this rhubarb, I've picked it till it looked like it was going to just die. And look at it already. I mean, I have to pick again. So it really produces all summer. And then we've got, next year we'll have 2 in there. I'll probably move this one though, the little one, find a nice big area for it, because this really was the perfect spot for this one. And so more kale, obviously. Strawberries, and I've gotten to pick a few strawberries. We've got one over here that's flowering, and I believe that's a Laramie plant. So these pots, stacking pots, really did well. And I'll put a link in the description box to where you can buy those off of Amazon. I love them. I absolutely love them. So it's the best way, I think, to grow strawberries. They got plenty of room. And a pepper. Get peppers on it. And my cute new birdhouse. I love it. Okay, so here's my view. It's gotten just crazy in here. And so out of 45 tomato plants that I planted, 30, what did I say? I counted 36, I think, are doing excellent. The ones in the straw bales, they're doing okay, and they're actually fruiting. These are actually doing a little bit better than the ones out in the far garden. But, I mean, look at this mammoth tomato plant. It's almost as tall as I am. And this was a plant that I got from our university plants and grows plants for us here. And then they have a sale. And gosh, the sale was after Mother's Day. And I thought, well, they're probably not going to catch up. But oh my gosh, this one passed everybody by. So those plants will definitely be on my list next year. And they were very reasonable, $1.50 a piece. So these were tomatoes that I planted. And you can see how I prune. Keep those bottom leaves off. If any brown starts on them, cut it off, because that could be the start of some blight, especially if you live in an area where you get a lot of rain. And I like to keep the air flow and the light coming in to the tomato plants. So I keep on the pruning. And where I prune, ooh, this is a good one. Where I prune, let's see if you can see, right here in this elbow, there's a little shoot that's coming up, and it's a little sucker. It'll actually produce another big area, and it will produce fruit off of that, but it's so taxing on the plant that you're better off to pinch those off on a determinate. So I just go through as I'm, playing in the garden and get those popped out of there when they're young. Here's another one, like right here, right in the elbow. Just peel it off. And you can see the fruit comes out of that main stem. It doesn't come out of that elbow. So Just keeps the plant focused on big, healthy, delicious fruit. So, and here's another one. These guys are just growing like weeds, yeah. So I try to pop them up when they're pretty little like that. Otherwise, you've got to get scissors out and get to them. So, tomatoes, 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 and more tomatoes. And I love my corn. Look at it popping up here beside each of the bales. I put just a corn stalk, not for any kind of harvest. Here's my zucchini and my yellow squash. And I left the gate open, I guess, to the garden and came out to pick my first zucchini yesterday. And Shotzi had been in here and decided that she likes zucchini. She ate half of it. So there's another one in there. Ooh, look. Look at the pretty flowers. I'm going to have to make some squash blossoms. They're delicious. Some yellow squash back in there. Little babies. And green beans. These were volunteers. And it's going up and has grabbed onto that tomato pole. And that one's grabbed onto that one. So we've also got green beans on the back fence there going across. And so I expect a really good harvest, you know, maybe not a bumper crop, but a decent harvest. Pepper plants are doing excellent. And the chili peppers I have picked off of that Holy Moly, that Fresno chili I picked and put that in my salsa. And then I've got another serrano pepper that I picked, and it's got a couple more on there ready to go. So that's pretty much my garden update. As you can see, everybody's doing well and got lots. And I don't know, I think I'm in trouble. This is a Sweet 100, and it looks like a Sweet 1000. And I planted 6 of those. So I'm going to need help picking. This is a nice Roma. Beautiful. Full of tomatoes and still flowering away. I believe this is another little Roma. And great plants. And I just weeded, and I still have weeds. But this bed is pretty easy to pull them out. So, hi, cucumbers. Shotzi visiting. Hi, Mama. Hi, sweet thing. Puppy do. Stay out of my garden. Basil. Aren't these beautiful? Full. More green beans. That one's going to come down to the fence. Flowering all over the place. And like I said, I just pruned these tomato plants, but this one here has a little... These are doing okay. Like I said, they're a little bit better than the... And it's a green stripey. Let's see if you can see those beautiful little green tomatoes. They don't get very big, and the stripes on them kind of burst a little more color when they're ripe, and I'm telling you, it is the most delicious tomato. I just love those tomatoes, so I'm hoping next year I can snag a few of those because they're really, really good. So go check out all the links that I've left for you. I'll leave that Amazon link. I've got my Facebook page, or you can just search Facebook at Linda's Pantry and find me. Go like that page and join in on the conversation and show us pictures of your beautiful garden, because I know a lot of you out there are just experts at this.